It takes time.
All right, so today, oh, I was like, where's the mic? There's no mic. So today we are going to celebrate pill season, and nothing better than with our deep sea peel from cosmetics. And what I will do today is to explain first what we have to do and the difference between a metabolic pill to a chemical pill, what is so important. And I will be showing as well what I have been doing with Brianni. Brianni, can you come up a little bit? Because what we have to think always is, always when I'm going to do any treatment, at least this is what happened here, we have to make sure that the person is prepared. When I say prepared, is literally like her skin and the lipid barrier. This is the first thing that I will make sure that we are all on the same page. When I say lipid barrier, I think I will, I'm going back a little bit because I think that maybe many people don't know what it is, or even people that know, they cannot see the way that I will show today. And this will be amazing because we will not only understand, but make sure that we get this right. And about, first of all, about cosmetics. Cosmetics is a line that is clean, clinical, and luxurious. And I have been a partner with cosmetics for more than half a decade, for the reason that they are, clean. And the pills that cosmetics has, it is metabolic. What is the difference? First of, I think that this is the first thing that you have to understand, is the difference between a metabolic pill and a chemical pill. A metabolic pill, it's gonna work from the bottom up, and a chemical pill is gonna work from the top down. When I say that, it is when we have epidermis that has 5 layers of skin, and we have our dermis. For us to stimulate collagen and elastin, we have to hit the dermis, more precisely your reticular layer. And if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to really effectively get what we want, that is a skin that is, plump and everything else. In the meantime, it's very nice to understand that your skin, think about the physiology of your body. Your body was made to, to do two things to us. This, like in a simple way, it is to save us energy and do not let us die. And this is like the main thing that we have to think about it. Your body is always fighting for you. And this being said, your skin is your biggest organ. But we have 11 systems in our body. We have, in my opinion, the most important one, the nervous system, and your skin is in the integumentary system. And your skin of your face is different from the skin of the rest of your body. It's thinner, and you do not have facial facial expressions in the rest of your body. So that's why some of the aging signs, and you name it, it's gonna happen first and more, robust on your face. And this is something that we have to make sure that, at least I do, it's that we enhance what is the beauty. We do not, at least I don't like to invent another, person. And then the more natural it is, the more beautiful. And this is what cosmetics since 1998 is, you know, like has been since, you know, the foundation. Cosmetics is a line that was founded by a doctor and estheticians for estheticians. So basically, you know, for you to deal with cosmetics, you should be a esthetician or a doctor. And so it is, you know, like with a medical grade, what is amazing. And the metabolic pill is gonna be doing what our skin needs. Basically, it is when, I'm not gonna go through all the, you know, the pills, but we have from 1 to 2, and the difference is that from 1, of course, that is more like, you know, like we can do once a week. And the most important thing is that you don't see the, like the metabolic pill peeling or making your face redness or side effects. You don't see. At least I'm talking about, again, cosmetics. If you are a esthetician and you deal with other ones, this is just a matter of like, if you feel comfortable, I think that's amazing, and your clients. But I think that at least what I, you know, the purpose of my life has been not only to bring news for my clients, but whatever works here, I like to share, because I think that knowledge gives you freedom. Even if you want to keep doing what you do, when you see what is out there, I think that, you know, I really believe that this makes you think twice. Should I do it? Should I not? Or maybe after you see me doing, like, for sure, this is something that's not for me. But at least you give a try to see what is out there. And this product, for instance, that's the Deep Sea pill. There's a lot to like here. First of all, this is probably, I am the first one that's giving the full, you know, treatment, because this is a new formula and was introduced now, and I am certified to do it, and I was actually one of the speakers as well for the summit that we had in Orlando, and this is amazing. And so let's, you know, start to first, I will be showing what it is, the prep, and how we deal with each skin. If you're like an esthetician now and you're listening, what make you apart and make you have a business, like, if you guys want to visit my website, you're welcome, and I do everything. And there's something that is the intention, and my turnout is 100%. It's not 98, 99, it's 100%. Because I give here at this place that you're seeing, I give 1,000%. I give everything. And there's no way that if you give everything and you're doing your best, that the results are not going to happen. This is something that makes a difference for me, and that, you know, that became my obsession. You know, it's something that really, I know, when I know that I can do something, I do it. So let's go to what makes the whole difference, that is the AI skin analysis. This AI, it is, I just did today, but I have been actually, I have been making sure that we follow up for at least, we have like 4 different ones. And what I'm going to show you is the way that this AI works. At least what I'm going to show you, because I'm not going to go through, this can be one live, maybe one day. But this AI is going to, if we use RBX, and I'm going to take the red that shows inflammation, and this is what your lipid barrier is. And why is it important to do that? Because especially in the summer, especially if you have acne, what you do is you get more, I'm trying to find nice words to say, but not, you get more harsh treatments or cleansers when you should do the opposite. Because and you're gonna see here why. And I think that if we don't see things, it's a kind of hard to explain. Let me see if you can see from here. Oh, you can see perfect. So, this first one here, it was taken on July 20th, and this is what you see, the redness. This is what a lipid barrier is. So when we say that the lipid barrier is compromised, we are talking about this. And oh, but you don't see that. You don't see it. That's one of the problems. Our skin is not like hair and nails that we see, then we go there and we fix it. Our skin, it is kind of invisible. So if you don't see it, you think that everything is okay. And especially in the summer, and if you have oily skin, what gives you that comfort, it is to have the skin dry. At least I have oily skin, and I include myself, because when you listen to so much and so much noise that if you go, when you go to places, you don't know what to buy, or maybe you buy too much. And for who lives, in America, we buy things we don't need every day. And for our face is the same. And something that I've been doing as well, and you can check some lives, is to see the difference between the cleansers. Because a lot of times I listen to some people saying, don't think about, cleansers, they're all the same. They're not all the same. And cleansers, they are your first step. And it is actually the cleanser that's going to dictate your skincare routine. And it is the cleanser that is going to be resetting your skin. So if you don't have a cleanser that is the right for your skin, you are doing something wrong. And I say that very comfortably because I adjust, when you adjust, like with this one, was the example. So when you double cleanse, and then what are we gonna do as well today? And we have the oil, especially because people that, when I say people, I include myself. When you have oily skin and you say oil-based cleanser, you think this is, excuse my French, BS. And it's not. The oil-based cleanser has a science behind. Oil does not mix with water. So the oil-based cleanser, it will, take all that impurities, pollutants, daily stressors, and they will melt. When this happens, we have the water-based cleanser that comes to actually take all the impurities out. And then with the toner, we reset. That, there is a reason to be like that. So this was, in July. So then, I don't know how much you can see, but then you see here that still, what this shows is when, and I say that I have many other shorts and and skincare routine, that when you bring something that's harsh, or when you have some pretty much a lot of cleansers, they have sulfate. So when you do that, you are compromising your lipid barrier. As you do that, your body has what? Inflammation. Inflammation will give, you send a message to your body that you need to produce more oil because you need to protect this barrier. And then that's when you see the redness. So if you have always that feeling, this is why this is happening. And usually what I see is, and I have heard here as well, is that you cleanse more because you don't want to feel that greasy, or you don't want to feel that feeling of oily. And that's exactly what you should not be doing. And then this one was taken today. That's why, and we have been doing, I did before resurface blend, we did pomegranate peel, and then we are doing now, we are elevating, and she's going to be introduced by the deep sea peel. So here, this is incredible. If you see, like, and listen, here, this is a picture that we took today. See how because this is something that I say I only do 5%. If she goes home and if she doesn't do it, I will know, because when if she doesn't prep, when I do, I can, and I will tell you guys how I find out when someone is lying. Well, never happened to me, by the way, but you can see, and this is what you see. She is ready for a treatment like that. So you see a skin that is totally, it is healthy. And of course that we can get, even more. And that's what we are aiming here. I will leave this picture here, and I wish I could take.
I have taken it.
You have taken a picture?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, because I want to show to both.
Oh, that's with the brown light. You get, that's before and that's after.
Yeah, I can even take another one because I'm going to take a fresh one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, oh my God, you have so many, look in the camera.
I know.
I had like 1,000 apps, so.
I'm just as you.
Jay-Z, I know guys, I'm learning, so. And you see here the date, and I'm going to take the first one. Okay, so, okay, here it was in the beginning of July, so then, and another thing that happened is, she had something that's called purge, is when your skin actually get worse, because what you do is like when you introduce this treatment, your skin will be getting everything out, and then this is what happened, and this is today. This is when you take your lipid, this is when you fix your lipid barrier. So the way that you fix it is showing and doing the right treatment. It's not getting, to different treatments or making things that is easy. Look, this, this one was today. Oops. This was today. And this was in July. Anyways, so first of all, I want to make sure that everybody understands. So your lipid barrier, it is the protection that your skin has. We all have that. And when we protect our lipid barrier, our skin is going to be in the point that we want. We want to make sure that our skin is fighting for, against the extrinsic factors, especially, oxidation. That's why we need antioxidants. And the pills that we do, it is to help our skin. Remember, our body doesn't think that, oh, you know why, your skin, I'm going to think about your skin. No, we have 30, collagen is the most abundant protein that we have in our body. Every single tissue, every single muscle, every single ligament has collagen. When you are, if you eat well, great. Even if you take supplements, that by the way, I do have, I talk about this. There's no supplements that really is FDA approved. But even if you do it, your body, as you receive, does not think, oh, let's take care of your skin. No, they think about you have to walk. They think about your knees. They think about your physiology. Your physiology. So this is why our body is so perfect. Your skin was made to protect, not to glow. That's why when we do things like a peel, for instance, you are making your skin robust. You are giving the tools that your skin needs to have what you want. So, your lip, again, I'm just going to reinforce that. As you can reinforce and strengthen your lipid barrier, you will be having a better skin. As you strengthen your lipid barrier, you will immediately make your oil production being regulated. Your body is so perfect that why your body is going to produce more oil if you don't have to. And when you dehydrate your skin with products that's not the right one, what do? You do exactly the opposite. You bring your body to produce more. And you can see that the breakouts, if you have, it is in the same place. It's not that you have in different, it's in the same place because it is that area, like I showed, it is the area that is not ready. And if you're not ready, we need to make sure that we first, reinforce that. I'm going to change this gloves because I already did too many things. So what we're going to do is, I will be doing, what do we need? Oh, so now let's go to the benefits of this pill. First of all, of course, that if you clear, if you're pregnant and if you clear, like if your doctor lets you do it, this pill, even for lactant or even lactant, you can do it. I'm not saying that you should do it because I'm not, I don't want to, I'm saying that this is one of the pills that you can. Every pill from cosmetics, it is for all Fitzpatrick. So you doesn't matter for, that's one of the things that I love it. What you're gonna change, it is the prep, but doesn't matter if you are like, your Fitzpatrick, you can do any pill from cosmetics, any, including this one, of course. But the prep, that's going to be different. And in her case, I was prepping her for more than a month because we needed to first make sure that she would be getting the best benefits. You can do this pill once a month, but you can do the pomegranate pill. When I say pill, it's just because it is what we use, but I cannot even compare a chemical pill with a metabolic pill. I would like to call an enzyme because that's what really this is. But since that they call it, I will just keep calling the same way. And another thing that I think that's very interesting is that this pill with the algae, it mimic a microneedling, and you're gonna see why, because it does have this special sparkly that make the whole difference and give that beautiful texture. You do have maybe a 1 or 2 days of redness because this is a little, because it's a level 2 and you should be aware, but no more than 10 days. And this is very rare actually, because if you see the pomegranate peel, actually I have, if you go to my bio, I have a store on cosmetics, and the PHA hydration pill you can do once a week, and it's actually that's the only one that you can do at home, and it's quite amazing for you to for hydration, and it's one of my favorites too. So you have to do at least 2 weeks prior to do it. Any other contraindication? Yes, if you are doing tretinoin, listen, you're not going to do this by yourself. You're going to look for a professional, or if you are a professional and you have your clients, you know who is and who is not. Make sure that you understand, and at least I hope that you do. If you don't, make sure you do it, because you're dealing with people's face, and even pray for everyone that walks into this door. I do. Make sure that you know, because it is very important to understand if the person is taking any medication, because this all have some effects. And what this pill will treat. This is amazing this is like, now you should, if this is like the main thing of this, what this is good for? Scarring. So if you have acne scars, this is the pill for you. It is amazing. If you have allergy with vitamin A, this is the pill for you. This is not, you do not have any, it is the perfect one. This is it. And for melasma too, again, this is what I have seen, including myself. I can actually put pictures afterwards. And this is a pill, and I used to do with the old one, not the new formula, and this pill is amazing. So pigmentation, melasma, acne scars, and the whole, like, to bring, especially when for anti-aging, some of the aging signs are a little deeper. This pill will be addressing that. What do you need to prep? We have a little kit that you prep, and this is important, because if you don't do it, it is like you have to be used to the products that we have. But this is extremely, for you to have an outstanding results. So basically, is the Purity Clean, Simple Brilliant, Define, and Hydrate Plus. And that's the kit. I do have this on my store as well. Or actually, in my store, it's inside cosmetic store. I'll show you too. And afterwards, and you see how I did here so cute. I love to do these things. And here, I don't know if you saw, but this is like what the season is the fall leaves, right? So that's why this, unfortunately, she is a kind of dying, the orchids, and I put, did you know that I put that for that? Look how cute. Yeah, so there's an orchid there that's falling, and then I have some, pills inside. So just to show, I like this thing. And this is like the algae showing, and now let's go to the way that you do it. You always gonna start with purity solution. The purity solution, it is your go-to and should always be, because it is of all the oil cleansers. And again, sometimes I have people asking me, I have pretty much every day like DM of pictures showing what you are using, and it's very hard for me, especially with pictures. Some of them I cannot see. And another thing is, a lot of people say that they're clean, and I do have some videos that it is actually, the product, like the plastic that is recycled. We see that. I have, because I do buy in Dubai. I do, purchase, and I see that that's what happened. So I cannot really talk about other products, and I'd rather to don't do it, unless the ones that some I have to buy, because especially when I see on TikTok some people, saying that cleansers are all the same, and this is not legit, and I cannot let something that's not legit going on. Cleansers are not the same, and they are, in cleansing, it is what dictates your skincare routine, especially if you are, for ladies that you put makeup, fine, but you have to remove. I don't do it. I understand, but let's create a habit, and I can help you with that, because habits are not easy to create, but you can. Think the habits that you have today that you did not have before. What made you do that? Maybe motivation. So I'm here to give you that. And trust me, if you do that, it's so amazing, because it's so great to have great skin. And another thing is, like, skin shows, your face and how healthy it is. I'm just doing this here. All right, so the first thing is the pure solution. Another thing that I have as well, that is like how much I use of the product. And today I'm going to show you exactly, you have many ways to do it. The best way to do it is always your way, and the way that you see that the person is going to take, the best of what you do. The way that I like to do is to first make sure that she received the product. I do like 2 bumps here, and I will massage on her face. And this is the opportunity as well that I have to touch her face. And it is important to touch the face to see if what you are seeing is what's happening. Because if the face is dehydrated, you can feel it, like in her case, on her forehead, it is dehydrated. So what is amazing, because doesn't mean that oily skin is always hydrated. You can have oily skin that's not hydrated. And here, this is the way that you should always, my protocol, I separate your face in 2. First, I do the forehead, and if I think I need more, I do it. I do another pump. And let's first think about muscle memory. That's what I work with. So if you think that this area is your procerus, this area here, and if you soften up here because of your, facial expressions, you will be, this will be amazing for you, especially in the long term. And then you stop in your temples. Your temple is right here. So when you do that, you are first, you're avoiding what I call the, washing windows. And if you think that this is not important, keep listening that you will see if it makes sense. Again, I think that I try to, especially when I'm teaching, I see things that work 100%. And then you take your own conclusions. Then you do your nose. The nose, it is so interesting because it's a cartilage. So you do not, it doesn't matter if you go up, down, you're gonna get crazy here, but you just have to make sure that you cleanse, because it is where black heads, white heads, they all want to live here, and you send eviction notice to them. So from here, you have your orbicularis. So this muscle here is a round muscle. And then you will do up to here as well. And from here, you should always come up, up. And upper, right here, upper your lip, in your mouth, these muscles, they're brothers and sisters. So this is a round muscle too. So instead of washing like this, what I see everybody doing, try to do like this, round. And again, you will change the shape of your face. You will make, this is quite amazing. And here, the same. And I say that I teach you everything, but 95% you can do it, because this, for instance, you can't, because this is when I use my lymphatic drainage massage that I think that I'm very good on that. And I'm always bringing up, and I am reassessing what the AI told me. I do not trust the machine. I need to make sure that my hands are on the face. You have to be hands-on. And here, your lymphatic system starts right here. And you can, start to flush this for the person, because this is going to be amazing. Think that you have your blood that's pumped by your heart, and your lymph fluid is twice as much as your blood, and you don't have anything to pump that. So you have to rely on your body, breathing, exercise, and lymphatic drainage massage. Lymphatic drainage massage, it is amazing. So if you never did, and if you want to have a detox, start to think about that, because that's so good. And the good thing is your lymph fluid, your lymphatic, your body, as your lymph fluid goes, it has valves, it does not come back. Thank God, So, and what your lymphatic system does, detox and take, because of what? It gets waste and toxins. So think about that. That will make a lot of sense for you to do it. Alright, so then you do your neck. If the person has a neck, you should always do it. And here, you can always do, this is amazing for skin tight. So, you can always start to stimulate if you want to. And if you want some massage technique, I give you some too. What is extremely good for, the recipient, it is to try to get the point of relaxation. I'm actually a licensed massage therapist too, and this is amazing because this gives a lot of relaxation. This is even good for headache. And here, you can always go around and you do the same thing in the other side. And you can do a little pinch as you go down here. You can get very much, this is an amazing, amazing sensation, and this is a point of relaxation. So remember that when you're doing, a face, you can trigger your, hair parasympathetic system too. So this will give hair the rest and digest. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So.
Actually, super okay. That was so relaxing.
Yeah. So then, I'm gonna show you one secret here. You see that I'm doing the oil cleanser for now. So if you want this oil cleanser to be a little, to like emulsify, to be a little bit more, to give some action here, you put a little bit of water, just a little bit. And you're gonna see how amazing this is gonna be. I do not like to do a lot of circles because I like to really, get into the muscles, to respect the way that the muscles are, and to work against gravity. Because one thing is a fact, gravity, she's pulling down. And this is something I always say, positive, impactful words, but gravity, she's not your friend. Unfortunately, she's not. So do not help gravity. We always pull it up, up, up. And there's another point as well that I like to do always is when you come here, there's a ditch right on your nose, and this is fascia. And you can release that, and then you pull up. If you do that, look how beautiful her cheekbones is. You will get all this beautiful, contour. This is beautiful. And you can do it again. Amazing. Okay, so here I will take it out with water, and I will be doing the second cleansing. So the first one, it is the purity solution, and you take very easy. I don't put any strength, it's just like you're taking just the cleanser. You don't want to take anything else. Because remember, we are here fighting for your lipid barrier. So you don't go here and you start to, bring like strength or exfoliation, nothing here to be damage the skin. We don't like trauma. We treat, we don't bring trauma or crazy things. And so now we're gonna do the second cleanser. And I'm gonna do the RX clean, that is the perfect one for the level that she is. And this is the one. So to do the deep sea clean, to do the deep sea peel, it's from cosmetics. So what would replace? It's very hard to say because I tried to find a line that is 100% vegan or that's clean and clinical, and I have not found one. Maybe if you guys know, but it's very hard to find a line that has everything, and everything is clean and clinical, because usually when you have some that they have almost everything, but they don't have everything. And this brand, I just imagine Ben Johnson, that's this man, he founded cosmetics in 1998, and he said that he was, he owned the first med spa in America. Imagine at that time, everybody thought he was crazy, saying that he was going to be, create a line that was going to be clean and clinical, and would be with, getting the chirali correct. Chirali, it is, well, now that I said it, that's one of the amazing things of cosmetics. Chirali is when you have two identical, like at the palm of your hands, but it's not very much identical. So then one of the molecules can have a strange behavior. And this happened with, for instance, with vitamin C. Then the chirali correct, it is getting that can be the crazy one and neutralize. A nice way to think that if I can think about it, I have to show. It is if you put two people in circle, like to do like this, and you go to a stair. Think that the person that if Brianna is on this way, and I am on this way, and if the stair is like this, even in a little tipsy whatever, I will be able to do it than you. You understand? Because of the other side. But it's identical, but it's not quite identical. That's when you neutralize this, you can have what we have. That's why cosmetics, it is, we don't have what we see happening with irritation in other brands to be harsh. Cosmetics is not. That's one of the reasons that Demi Moore, and I used the product for 7 years, came out and she said that she used Benefit Clean, that because her skin is sensitive, and at the same time she needs the active ingredients. There is a reason why, Victoria Beckham and all these, celebrities, they are, showing that they do. And I think that's amazing. Anyways, so here you do the RX Clean. I actually invented this little device that is, I just changed the name today because I have two of my favorite VIP guests that they call this Alan's Wand, and now I'm gonna call, but it's Alan Deep Pore Cleanser. So this is it's gonna help to cleanse your pores, and it has other properties as well. So what I do is I'm gonna put 2 pumps here on this. I'm gonna put 4, and this has a little vibration. I will let this vibration work on her face. I'm not going to put any strength here. And then I will just go here and do it. First the forehead. How you feel it?
Beautiful.
Yeah? Tingling a little bit?
Not now.
Okay. So this is the moment that the RX clean, if she was not prepped, she would say that it's tingling. Then I would not be able to do it. I did not tell her. Because this is the moment that you, well, because you don't know. Maybe the person's telling you, but then you put, you know, I don't want to be like getting someone. I believe in beauty in the way that I don't believe in monsters to be beautiful. I think that you can create beauty in a nice, beautiful environment. So the RX Clean, it is very much, it is perfect for this one. And one thing that I tell you is, if the person that you are treating, if there's anyone that is, if the person cannot take a cleanser, the person cannot take a pill. Like, how are you gonna make, you know, the person do a, it's not even, I think that you should not even try. Even though I see people that do it, but think about that, because for some people, if they're saying that it's thing, whatever, and this doesn't, with cosmetics doesn't happen. It's very rare. I'm not gonna say that never will happen, but I know exactly, well, at this point, I should know too, like I can, but you know, when you're treating someone's skin, that's why we have, you know, the forms, we make sure that the person, that we understand who we are treating, the lifestyle, this is super important. If the person has like 2 kids and they play soccer, for instance, you cannot have the same treatment as someone that it's, you know, every day at work in a 9 to 5, like in an office. If the person, one is under AC getting dehydrated, the other one is under the sun, like, you know, you have to think about all these things. And this is you, like me. I have to think about that, because when you look for a professional, you expect, in this case, this kind of things, because you have to make sure that you're giving the best of your knowledge for that, you know, person. And here I am really clean because she needed this cleansing here. And until I don't think that she is completely, that the face is cleansed, I maybe do this 18 times. I don't care. I keep doing as much as I think she needed. And here I'm not putting any strength. I'm letting this little device work on her. And I do have on my website too. This is pretty good. And this is waterproof. So here I will do one thing that, especially for ladies, because of hormones and everything, you do get a little bit, you do get a little bit on your jawline, and that's why I say that I like to see this snatched. So if you like to do gua sha here, I would like to first say that I'm not against anything, and I'm not the owner of the truth, but I am a licensed massage therapist, and gua sha was not made to do your jawline. Gua sha was made to take away adhesions in your body. So when you do that, maybe you get the job done, because your lymphatic system is like sponge, and when you do, especially if you do, you know, using your strength, you will get this snatched for 1 or 2 days, but you're destroying your lymphatic system. No, just know that. Instead, why don't you get a little bit, so, but when I say warm, it's literally with something that you know that's not gonna burn you. And then you work with this, So you see, when the cleanser is good, even the cleanser, she is, her skin is taking it. So then I'm using here, this is like totally off what we are doing, but it is nice because everybody wants to have a snatched, you know, or the contour of your jawline, and that's the way that you do it. And this is not something that you just, you know, you have to be patient, and then you do it, and you come up to the bone here, and you make sure that you flush it. Your lymphatic system is not a muscle. If it's not a muscle, you cannot do what you do when you do a massage. When you do a massage, you put pressure because it's muscle. Your lymphatic system is like, it's a delicate, it's slightly below your skin. If you put pressure on your lymphatic system, you don't want to do that, and don't even think about it. Only to think about it, like, if you see my website and the blogs that I do, I talk a lot about lymphatic system, and I think that it is one of the, we could literally do so much more taking care of our lymphatic system. And well, to start, it's basically free. If you breathe, breathe, free. And if you do exercise, you can make your lymphatic system move too. Massage is actually the third way that you have. So you do first breathing, exercise, and massage. So with that, you know, if I was a yoga instructor or a Pilates instructor, I would be all in because there's nothing better. People, they think about things to do. This, you want a bigger solution than I'm giving here now? So if you want your lymphatic system to be flushed, Pilates or yoga, you should immediately start to do it. Immediately, no. You should do it if you feel good doing. Don't go to a place as well, like, if this is painful, don't do it, because that's going to be painful. And self-care is not about doing something that you don't feel good doing. It's about finding what you like to do, and then you enjoy. That's so then I will take a little bit of water too. And always, no matter actually what we do here, I always pretty much, I do a whole facial because it's important to clean properly the skin, you know, to make sure that the skin is completely ready to receive all the treatment and all the good stuff that you're going to do. And there's something that unfortunately in videos you cannot see. That is when I'm touching her skin, and I only did, you saw, I double cleanse. And of course that when you are, you know, in your home, you don't do what I did here. This is office, and I am explaining. You do, especially if you have a device, you do 1, 2, 3. It's like 2 minutes, and it's done. And actually, if you see research, ladies, only 50% of the ladies cleanse their face before going to bed. So please make sure that all of you today cleanse your face before going to bed. And guys, this is like research. I'm gonna let Brianna say. Brianna, what research says?
I know that men just overall, well, I won't take a percentage, do not
60.
60 do not even wash their face, cleanse their face at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, listen, and this is like, yeah, it's a research in the US. So this is quite interesting. Okay, so then we cleanse. Now I will decrease with purity balance. Now we're gonna get a toner. Why we do the toner? Because always when we cleanse our face, we send our face to the alkaline level. So then when we decrease and we use, especially with purity solution, we are going to balance her skin to the slightly acidic. That's what your lipid barrier is. And here, if you are pregnant, you should go with benefit balance. But she's not. We're going. I think you're pregnant.
Oh no.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I know that she's not, and she works here. I'm just playing. Okay, so how you should apply, toner? Fine. You should always put toner should always be in a cotton like this or a 4x4. Never in a towel. Don't put any. Don't even. Well, if you can. Don't. Or if you can doing like in a towel, make sure that you do not rip your face apart. That's not a sandpaper, So then what you do is you start from here and you make sure that you do her entire face. Because this is what you're going, this is a reset for her skin. And she has acne, so I want to make sure that we are going to address that, and we will. So then, since that I have my protocol, everything that I do, I respect it. So here, I do this way. I don't come doing like, I try to make sure, I try to make sense with things that I do. And I do the same thing here. And again, the nose is what I always say. The nose, you can go a little bit more crazy because you don't have muscle. So here you have white heads, black heads. So you go and you do it. And here you come up, 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 up. Nice. So then you do around her mouth. Lastly. Like this. So you see, even here I'm doing in a round way because that's amazing. So okay, she is ready, and you can see like we did a double cleanse. And the face is still the same because you have to cross check if you are a professional. if you are dealing with someone and the person is getting like with the face not start to get redness, whatever, make sure that you see and you do something, because that's something that will be nice. So now I'm gonna take my deep sea peel and my, oh, they're here. So what is the right measure for you to do it? It is 1 to 2 of the activator. So then what I do is I don't even want to touch that. Good. One. And we do, you have to make sure that you shake these bottles, because, you know, this is so good, but if you don't do it, maybe it stays in the, like, in the bottle here, you don't want that. I like to do things visual. Some people like to measure exactly, but I've been doing that for a while, but ideally you should take like 2 little spoons and you do it, and so you take 1 for the powder and 2 for the activator. But here, that's the perfect one. So then what you do is you come here and you do your little, like you're doing a little cake. And this, I think that for everything that you do, the face should always have like this. You see, the way that I love it is like this. Because those, they have, again, this they call like the micro needling pill, because it does have some micro channels, so make sure that, at least I don't like to make this very dry, because this can make, a difference maybe on someone. So I want to make sure that, it's good. I will change my gloves again, because now I will apply. And I like to apply with my hands. And what you can, and you do it in parts. This is important. You're gonna separate the face in 4, and you do it. You don't do like you do the other ones that you do once. You do like in parts, and then you take. Another thing is, this is not a leave-in pill. Imagine she's going home like with her face. No, this is not a leave-in. This is we will take it out today in a little bit. So here you do like literally, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You do a little, I do not use what many people do that like the circular way, because I like to really go into the muscles. So I prefer to get the way that your muscles are here and really contour the face here. But I see many people, including from cosmetics, that they do like, they like to do it in a circular way. I don't like, but you can find the way that works for you, because both ways are okay. But here I want to do, because she has a little bump here, and I want to make sure that we address that. And here you can do up to 5 minutes in each section. So if it's 4, you cannot let this more than 20 minutes on the face. I mean, this is not ideal, and if it's not, you should not do it. And here I do, again, I'm using my protocol here. I like to always do a massage going this way. I don't like to come down and do like movements like this. I like to always do very much, I'm very intentional about what I'm doing. And another thing is, when I'm doing, when I am in the treatment room, that's my happy place actually. Right, Brianna?
Mm-hmm.
I have I'm very intense. It's like, it's all about hair. Nice. So then we do now on the other side. And it's nice to have an applicator like this, because this will give you, like, to do exactly what I'm doing here, because then you will be just following the way that you do her nose on this side. The nose, as I said, I do not have a preference if you go up or down, because you only have cartilage, and if you have cartilage, you don't really have to think about which direction. You just have to do it. What I'm doing here is, I like to follow the muscles, because muscles, I say, muscles get used to everything, including nothing. So I like to do the same way that I do with everything I do with any pill as well. And again, let's go back to why this is great. This will be addressing acne scars, melasma, pigmentation. This is an amazing pill to do that. And why we are going to the pill season? Because whoever lives in America knows that we had a summer and it was a very intense summer. So this is the perfect time for you to take that exposure to the sun, and that's when you treat your skin. You make sure that you get rid of all that, extra oxidation. You don't want to leave that on your skin. And think that your skin regenerates. And if you imagine that 60% of all the dust in your home is you and whoever lives with you, 60% is your skin. okay?
Mm.
So you will see that your skin does regenerate, and it's amazing. And this, it will be amazing to do that. And another thing is, this will be not only, this will stimulate collagen not only for what I'm doing, but you know, since that I'm infusing that, this, you know, it is amazing, like, you know, with the algae, and it is taking really your skincare to the next level. And so, as I was saying, when you do on this time, you are not only, first of all, the sun is less, so that's the time to do it. And you just came out of what? The summer. So if you went to the beach, or if you stay, like, you know, it's summertime, you stay sometimes longer hours in places, this is what you do. You make sure that you treat your skin. And this you can do, as I said, circular moves. I like to respect the muscles, so I will be doing, I like to do really in a way that I take, if I do the jawline, I do the full jawline until the end. And if I'm doing upwards, I'm doing upwards. I'm doing exactly the way that her face or the muscles are, you know, supposed to. This is your zygomatic. This is the muscle responsible for your smile. And this bone is your zygomatic bone. So you should bring this up, up, up. Yeah. And if you have a place that is, you feel a little more like rough, then you can stop a little bit and you do it. You can do this up to 5 minutes in each session. 5 minutes. So I have a, if you go to my link, to my bio, you will see my store on cosmetics, and I do have some options there. I have some, you know, blogs. And the nice thing about cosmetics is, for the level, you know, it's, I mean, I think that the cheapest one is like $1,000. I'm kidding. But the average price, it's a CVS price for a medical grade, you know, product. And I'm telling you, this is not gonna disappoint you, because that's pretty amazing. Nice. Do like this. Okay, and now I'm doing the last one, that is on this side. You see, this is perfect. It's exactly what she needed. Boom shakalaka. And I'm doing that because you guys saw, like, she did not have any makeup, and she had, well, two things. If the person has dermatitis or eczema or, you know, any kind of skin condition, you should not do it. What she had was, she had some, you know, leftover of breakout, that's what I'm doing, but she did not have anything open. So this is important as well. So don't do it over anything that, you know, things that I just said. Dermatitis or, you know, psoriasis, don't do it. You don't wanna, you wanna treat a skin, but the way that is here, it's perfect because it is actually finishing with what was a breakout, and sometimes, depend on what it is, can help to create marks or anything. So this will be treating her skin beautiful. Oh my god, her skin is gonna be so beautiful that she's gonna be like, all about her skin. And then another thing is, we do not apply sunscreen SPF after this peel. Then I would suggest, if you want to do it, do at night, because then you don't need to apply, you know, any sun. I mean, you don't, it's not a good idea to apply sunscreen. You wanna, afterwards, what you wanna do is, you're gonna see what I will do. Well, I'm a little upset. I can do this like for the rest of the night because I am draining her face too. And this is quite interesting, especially ladies, because if you're close to your, you know, period or anything, your hormones, usually you get swollen here. So this is an amazing way for you to get rid of, like, you know, your toxins. All right, so we just did the deep sea peel on hair. So now what I will do is, since that I will change my gloves again, and I think that's nice to each person to create your own, you know, your little secret. I will give you mine, but does not, you know, think about, especially if you are like or if you are a professional and you do this for a living, you probably know even more things than I do, I hope. And share, I mean, think that when you share something, you learn twice. I share, and I have to say, you know, it's a blessing in my life. So what I will do is, I'm going to use one of the cosmetics mask, and ideally what we do to break, you know, acid, this is not acid. This is a pill, but this is not acid. Please. This is a metabolic pill, but it's a huge difference from a chemical pill. Again, the metabolic pill treat your skin from the bottom up. A chemical pill treat your skin from the top down. And what we do is we give your skin all the resource to be plump, beautiful, you name it. So here Oh, I have a little fridge here. So the way that I like to break is with ice, but I like to have like a mask. And in my view, you're gonna see how much this is interesting. And in this case, I even gonna do something else. Watch. So then when you do, you will break it. But remember, like, in this place, I don't believe in trauma. I don't believe that, I believe that she needs to have this amazing experience, whatever. So here, I will be putting my super red light infrared on here. But it's very, for 1 minute, because I do wanna, what I did was, I did a huge, this is like, this is collagen and elastin. If you touch her skin, you will be like, look like that she just did facelift. And I will do because she's gonna get so much of this. And a lot of people think, ask, but you put red light, you put blue light. Of course I do. And so science is here to back you up. And for those who doesn't know, I want to make sure that we understand the spectrum of light. The reason why we do not, the sun, it is what everybody's like, oh, but what about you do the red light and you cannot be on the sun? Because the sun, the UVA and UVB, it's up to 400. That's why even your sunglass, you can see that it's UVA and UVB 400, I hope. Because that's very short and your skin will take all that heat, will take all the damage. And then what's happening is you are not really, it's too fierce, it's too much. When you go to the blue light, it's more or less 500 nanometers, then you are treating inflammation. And that's when usually even acne, people, you probably, if you have acne and you went to your doctor, I don't know, if you went to some place like, oh yeah, let's do some blue light. Yeah, because blue light is to reduce inflammation. But this still working only into your epidermis, goes up to your basal. And the red light is the one that goes to your, to the mitochondrial level. This is where ATP is formed, and this is what makes your cell regeneration. So when you do a red LED light, but another thing as well is, it's not doing once. This takes a, consistency as well. But when you're doing what I just did, it is nice to have a little bit. And if you ask why I do fast, because this is infrared, and this is a little stronger, so you want to have, you want to have what I just, you don't want to be with infrared with heat too much. And it's just to give like that beautiful infusion. And then now what you do is the same thing before, and just make sure that this pill has this little algae, so you have to be very gentle to don't hurt anyone, or to do like such a beautiful job and then now you do things in another way. And even to take it out, I still do my protocol. I always like to do the forehead in a way that your, the muscles are, and I do not make them collide here, and then we do the other side. So, if you live in Miami, this is the kind of peel that we do not do like just, this is an add-on. So, if you do, ideally you have to do a facial. But you for sure have a place that has cosmetics near you, or if you don't, you can send me a message, and I will make sure that we get this to you. But the most important thing is, think about, if you want to have a skin that you can treat, you can do this forever. This is vegan, this is all, it's important to say that not everything that's natural is vegan or organic, but everything that's vegan is natural and organic.